How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a how to care for chickens video here for Farm Simulator 25. And this is going to be a guide as to best practices for making sure that you're caring for your chickens and you're getting the best yield out of them. So first things first, there are two separate facilities that you can house your chickens in. One is a pasture and one is a barn or building of some sort. Now, each one of them will have their own kind of utility, but not necessarily for chickens. So how do you go about first getting the building or the structure available for getting chickens? Well, you have to go into the build menu. So you go into that and you go into the animals tab. You see in the bottom or the left hand side of the screen there, you have the 5 different tabs. You got your buildings, you got your productions, your animals, your decorations, and your kind of build menu sort of thing. Well, here is the animals, and if we go up to the very top where it says cows and scroll over until we see chickens, you'll see all these various different buildings that are available and pastures. Now you can see this one here for 2450 is labeled as a pasture. We have all these are labeled as pastures with the exception of this one, the chicken coop. So this is the kind of difference between the buildings and whatnot. And what you're going to have is a kind of difference in the amount of volume each one of these can hold. So this one here says it can hold 31 chickens as its kind of base price. So let's go ahead and let's see, back here we'll place down the bare bones basic chicken pasture. Just like that. So you can see how we now put down the chicken pasture. It is what it is and is good to go. And we'll also put down the chicken coop. Now, the difference between the chicken pasture and the chicken coop, like I said, are non-existent for this particular game. Now, that will differ when it comes to other animals such as pigs, cows, horses, so on and so forth. Each one will have its own various uses. But for the world of chickens, not important the difference. But we're going to go ahead and just show them off nonetheless. So let's go ahead and go over and we will start with our pasture over here. And as we mentioned before, the amount of chickens that can fit in here is predefined. You can't change the amount of chickens. You can have 32 chickens in the pasture. So you have the ability to have baby chicks, adult chicks, and roosters. Now it says down the bottom right hand corner, chickens produce eggs which can be sold or processed further. Chickens like wheat, barley, sorghum. This is a chick. Animals that are healthy and older than 6 months can reproduce. You have your adults here, which says chicken can produce eggs, which can be sold directly or processed further. Chickens like wheat, barley, and sorghum. This animal has reached the breeding age. Animals that are healthy and older than 6 months can reproduce. That's all fine and dandy. And then lastly, for roosters, it says roosters are adult males living up to... they liven up the chicken coop. Holy smokes, I can talk. So there is no need to have, one versus the other. Now, these ones here are the females. They will allow you to actually produce eggs, and they will go ahead and reproduce all fine and dandy. The roosters are just kind of space holders. They really don't do much outside of just making noise. So what we're going to do, let's go ahead and here, we'll start with roosters. We'll get one rooster. And one thing to also note, chickens are the only animal that you cannot use in animal transport for. So this is the one time you're going to see me kind of come in here and be able to just kind of buy directly versus going ahead and transporting animals myself. But for the purposes of these videos, we'll just go ahead and slam them in here. So we're going to have one rooster. We're going to go ahead and get, let's see, probably about, we'll do 15 adults. And let's do the rest as babies. So now we have a completely full pen here. If I hop inside, you will be able to see. Let's go third person or first person here. You can see you got little babies, you got the rooster, and you got some adults here. So what do we need to do from here? Well, to get these up and running, we need to feed them. Let's go into our animals screen. Oh, it looks like we have some rogue babies. So let's go into our animal screen in the pause menu. So you can see here is our chicken pasture, and it shows that we have one rooster, we have 15 adults at age 6 months, and we have 16 babies at 0 months. And you can look at the middle of the screen underneath where it says chicken, and it shows you the age, the health, and the puberty. Health is how well they're going to be able to produce their byproduct. In this case, it's going to be eggs. And then puberty is how old they are, or how far along they are until they reach adulthood. And you can see that changes in the adult females to reproductions. That'll show how far along they are until they start to reproduce once again and create more chickens. Now, because we filled up this pen up to maximum capacity, there is no room to add more chickens, so they will not reproduce. But what do we need to do from here? If we look at the right side of the screen, you'll see the pen information. You have the conditions, productivity, eggs, and then food, total capacity and effectiveness, and grain, 100%. So what this is telling you is that there's one category of feed that you are needing in order to have the maximum output for your chickens. Now, your whole goal when it comes to any animal breed is getting that up to 100%, one way or another. So in this case, it's easy. All we need is the grain. Well, what consists of grains? Well, it says at the very bottom there, chickens like wheat, barley, and sorghum. So that's what we need. We need to get one of those 3 products and put it in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut out right now, and I'm going to get a tractor, get some grain, and get a trailer, bring it over. I'm going to fill up this particular barn. But before I do that, let's go ahead and open up this one as well. And we're going to get some chickens in here as well. So let's go right here. So this one holds 360 chickens. So let's go ahead and kind of do something similar. We're not going to do 250. Let's do, I don't know, 50 babies. Yeah, we'll do 50 babies. We'll do 50 adults. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. And then we'll get one rooster, because why not? All right. So now we have both pens full, and we left room in this pen so that they will be able to reproduce as time goes on. So let's go ahead and cut out here, cut us back in as soon as we get all the equipment necessary and the feed. Alright, so as you can see, I now have 32,000 liters of wheat. I went out and just bought it. I didn't have to cultivate or anything like that, so it was easy peasy, no problem. So now all I have to do is back this trailer up to the feed input, which is right over here. There you go. Now it says dump wheat. Let's go ahead and do that. And bam, just slams it right home. No big deal. And if we take a look back into this menu at our chicken pasture, you can see 750 liters of wheat has gone into the pasture here. It is full. There's no more room for this particular pen. Now, the thing is that you'll see that there's 2 bars there that are full, the total capacity and the grain. Now, this isn't important necessarily for chickens, but for the other animals, pigs, cows, horses, so on and so forth, they require different values of inputs in order to have their productivity be up to maximum capacity. But the problem, or the thing is here, is that because we only have one, you're going to see your total capacity be the same as the grain in the chickens. That will differ for other animals. So let's go and dump the rest of this off into the neighboring barn right over here. So just like this. There you go. Dump. Let's see what this will take. There we go. So we have plenty of leftovers and we're good to go. So if we go back up to our chicken pasture and see our chicken coop, this is one that's base game in the map. you can see 9,000 liters will fit into this. And again, just like I was saying before, there is no difference between the total capacity and the grains for either one of these because they're chickens. There is no variation of products going in. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and fast forward time. And what should happen is we should start seeing a couple of things. One, we'll start seeing the health steadily increase because now they have everything that's necessary to be able to start working and doing what they need to do. And then what you're also going to start seeing is the productivity starting to increase, which means that they are going to have the necessary combination of food in order to start getting out the maximum output for their product. In this case, it's eggs that they'll be producing. And what's going to happen is you're going to see those eggs start to spawn here in the barn and here in this hazard box at the pasture. So let's go ahead and speed up time and see what we get here in, let's see, at the 2-hour mark. We'll see in just a second. All right, so we're a little bit more than 2 hours further than where we were before. Well, 2 top of the hours further, I should say. And let's see what we have here. All right, check it out. So at the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see that the food has gone down because it was at 750 liters, but the health has gone up. So let's check out the pasture here in this screen. So that's the coop. This is the pasture. There we go. The health is now 20% and the productivity is 20%. We haven't produced any eggs just yet, but that means that we're actually starting to get somewhere. Let's go over here. Again, 20%. We have 100 animals. Let's go ahead. Okay. So, yeah, 20% here. So, the same things happen. Feed has gone down. Health has gone up. Productivity has gone up. So, that is perfect. So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip over to the next day and going to bring us back in as soon as we get back in so we can hopefully start seeing that productivity going up. We should have 100% by that time. And we should have the health at 100% at that time. So I will cut us out here, cut us back in at 10 o'clock in the morning the next day. And here we are. We are in the next day, which I have 1 day months, so it's technically the next month. And let's see what the pasture looks like. Oh, and you can see this one already has eggs, and this one has eggs. So we go here. Look at that. Chicken's health, 100%. The feed has gone way down. It's now down to 603. It was up to 750. So you are going to have to kind of maintain and stay on top of the feed situation. But you can see, let's see, can I get, there we go, 57 eggs from this specific location. So again, going back to the pasture, we have health, 100%. That's perfect. We also have productivity, 100%. So there is no kind of variance with chickens. It's either all or nothing. Now, that's going to differ for the other animals. But now you have produced the maximum output for your chickens. And same thing here with the chicken barn. You have 100%, 100%. And because we have more chickens here at the barn than we do at the coop, at the coop that we do have the pasture, we're getting far better yield. We're getting almost double the amount of eggs, actually more than double, because we have 56 in the pasture, we have 199 here at the coop. So yeah, I mean, that's excellent. And you figure we have, what, 32 at the pasture, we have over 100 here. So we basically have 3 times the amount of chickens that are going to be able to produce, you know, that much more product coming out. So that is how it works. That is how you best care for your chickens here on Farming Simulator 25. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, following, commenting, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy doing to show you're engaged with this channel, enjoying the content. That being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.